my name is Hugo Chapman. I'm from the Department of Prints and Drawings of the British Museum, and I'm here with my colleague Chris Stewart from the Registrar's Department, and we're here to talk about how to write a good letter of request. That's when you're trying to obtain works from the British Museum for your exhibition.
I'm hoping that conversations have already taken place, that our curator has spoken with his counterpart, and that the institution we want to borrow from is already very much aware of our request. As what I think is probably the most important paragraph in the letter is the direct address from director to director, and this reference to previous conversations gone by. And it's this really that will perhaps prompt the director reading the letter to think, oh well, it's already been discussed, it's already in hand, and that's really reassuring for him or her.
Come in and see the work. Every department has a study room. You can book ahead and come and actually examine the work and see whether it is what you thought it was going to be. Is it going to make the points you wanted? And if you can, either go and see on that occasion the curator or send him or her an email discussing the potential loan. Use the collections online, which is this amazing resource which you can look at 2 million works in our collection. Use that as your initial point to explore our collection, but don't rely on it. We can quickly see from the loan request as to whether you've used collections online like a kind of one-stop exhibition shop, and that really is something that really counts against your request. We really want to feel that you've made the effort, been here, looked at the object, and really understand it and really know from first-hand examination why it's important to your show.
The very first thing that you see in our letters are a concise list of the loans with the institutional reference number. So already the letters have become a really useful document that can be filed away, can be referred to. It's very clear what we're requesting from the word go.
And of course I want the relevant facts in terms of the date of the show, where it's going to be, that kind of thing.
What kind of exhibition is it? Is it a Vikings exhibition? Is it a Celts exhibition? Is it an American Dream exhibition about American prints? I don't think really the letter is a forum to go into huge amounts of detail about that.
No.
More it's showing that there's a far greater extent of benefit that these loans will contribute to the museum's programme.
That particular object that you want to borrow from us, why is it important in the narrative of the show? Why would it be a misfortune if we couldn't lend it to you? What I want to see is what the contribution of your exhibition would be to the wider public, to scholarship, for us to feel that we're actually contributing a work that will say something new in your exhibition.
Just reassurance that we will provide the very highest standards of professional care to the objects while in our possession, that we'll indemnify them using the government indemnity scheme, that we will provide a catalogue, all the kind of a sort of a succinct summary of what else is going to be part of this exhibition.
The loans process is really quite an exhaustive one. We spend a lot of time to ensure that we make the right decisions as far as we can. Letters are directed in the first instance to our director, who will then pass them on to the relevant departments, and they will look at it with an eye to see, can it be lent physically? And then if it is on permanent display within our galleries, can it be removed from that permanent display without too much effect on what we're trying to show in our galleries. Conservators are also involved in that process. They will look at the object, they will make a report, because obviously there are objects which are so fragile that really cannot be lent because of the vibration and movement of travel. For works on paper, we're looking very much at the amount that particular print or drawing has been exposed previously in an exhibition. So if it's been shown in many exhibitions in the last 10 years, the likelihood is that it cannot be shown again. Even with the best will of the world, you could have written the best loan request letter, you could have done all the things that we want you to do in terms of coming to see the works, made a wonderful argument, but actually it's just physically impossible for us to lend that work because perhaps we're putting on a show at that time. We need a lot of our boots on the ground in order to actually pack the loan and send it to you. So I would ask you always to have a kind of a backup plan, another object from another institution that maybe can do a similar job. A good letter of request is that it's not too long. I don't want to read sort of pages and pages as to what your show is about. So just to kind of succinctly say what the point of it is. We very much want to lend our works. We love to see them in exhibitions in the UK, internationally. So I think we start looking at loan requests in a very positive light. So we look forward to seeing you here, looking at our works and in reading your brief, succinct but very persuasive loan request letters.